Well, welcome back to Stage Zero Life Sciences, a channel reducing the incidence of late stage cancer through early intervention. Joining us to give us a high level overview of what we can expect in 2024, we have James, the CEO, joining us as always. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you, Kyle. Good to be here.
Pleasure to get you back on. So, firstly, it's 2024. Can you kind of reiterate your ecosystem that you kind of built as a base for growth?
Yeah, I think that's really important, and it's we get a lot of questions around this. So to recap, into the end of last year, what we were doing was we were building out the full sort of Aristotle piece, including all of the various partnerships around it to be able to roll that out in a much larger fashion. In addition to that, we were meshing it very closely with everything we did at Care Oncology so that we get the expanded aspect, but also expanding everything we do on Care Oncology. So to work through just a series of the programs. One, we announced the very large deal that we have with My One Medical Source. We're in the process of going live with them. So we're rolling it out. That takes us, remember, takes us countrywide in the US, all 50 states. In addition to that, we get access to their customers. They get to do the work for us, it builds. And it encompasses both pieces. So it's both Aristotle as well as AVERT. Additionally, it also serves as draw points for everything we do around Care Oncology. So the Care Oncology side, as we rolled out the new protocol a while ago, that's actually working very well. We're starting to get our first data in on all of that. We literally have hundreds of patients right now moving through into their follow-up appointments. Remember, each of those is at a 795 review, so you can begin to compute how it builds out. We're moving out through, we've added the source in terms of the dietary piece. We've just added Diet Aid. That's just going live right now. We have the mental health aspect. We met very early this week with the glioblastoma group as we're moving out into an expansion program with them, a lot of communication. So we're building on in terms of all of these pieces. We're also pushing very aggressively into Europe right now. So those are all of the pieces we laid out, we talked about that are in the process of going live. And of course, it's not the kind of thing where we come in and we can talk about it day by day, but we will report on them as appropriate. And obviously, we're looking for the revenue growth.
Yeah, definitely appreciate the insights on that. But when it comes to the growth and revenue front, do you want to just touch on a little bit of the guidance or what investors should be focused on there?
Yes, we're talking with a lot of groups at the moment, and we get a tremendous reception because of how we built it. If you think about what a standard lab does, it goes to find a single patient, single doc, single patient gets a single lab test, and that's the end of it. It's a lot of money to actually go out and find these on a constant basis. Our model is very different to that. So first of all, we have multiple touch points. So instead of for example, a $9.49 price on Aristotle, we'll get Aristotle plus AVERT, we get the follow-ups. And in actual fact, we're looking at more like 2,400. And so in addition to that, the patients then come back to us quarter after quarter and perhaps year after year. So therefore, the acquisition cost is much different, but the actual amount of money that you generate out of it is much more significant. So those are things we're doing. The other piece that people need, I think, to bear in mind is that you can't work with employers without the setup that we have. And this is just proving to be more and more obvious as we move further down. We're getting to work with people purely because we have this as a setup. If we provide just an Aristotle result, there's a limited number of people want to go there. You have to have the follow-up, you have to have the AVERT piece, you have to have the oncologist, you have to have the physician oversight, the ability to prescribe, the ability to give the results back, the ability to refer, the ability to have interventional programs. Again, all of those are revenue points. I think we've set as a goal for ourselves, as we said, to be fully profitable this year. We believe there's a very nice step up as we move out through the year, and the markets we're addressing are very significant. So we remain very optimistic.
Well, finally, I guess it's just the investor outreach side. You guys are doing these videos. What else are you guys continuing to do to kind of just build the story of Stage Zero?
Yes, we've trying to work a lot more with everything from the investment banks, both Canadian side, but particularly on the US end. So we're having a lot of discussions, a lot of meetings at the moment. And those are going extremely well, almost without exception. We get, gosh, you guys are very unique. This is a super organization in terms of how it's being built. People are just looking for it to sort of fully bite. We're all frustrated with the fact of where the share price is. We're superior to most other organizations out there in terms of what we can deliver that are more or less in our space. But we're not getting the respect according to that from share price. That means more of a push into the US, US banks getting behind us, US analysts getting behind us, and we drive from there. We're also being taken into a much larger group of shareholders. So we're getting taken into the notable names that we would want, that actually will reach down to organizations outside and then actually help we build as we go all the way through. So, on the basis that that holds and builds out the way it has started, we should get a lot more traction as we move through the year.
Well, on that note, I'll pass it off to the viewers. We'd love to know what you think and consider subscribing for that news catalyst as it comes down the wire. Of course, we're going to bring it to you here. But on that note, as always, we look forward to catching you in the next one.